Okay, so when I look at this equation, one of the first things that I notice is that my exponent contains the variable. So that's what makes this an exponential equation, when my variable is contained in the exponent. So the goal of solving an equation is going to be to get that b by itself, but there are a couple things that are keeping me from doing it. One is this exponent right here, and then the other is this minus 5. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of the minus 5. So I'm going to do that by adding 5 because that's going to cause it to zero out. What I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other by the properties of equality. So now I'm left with 4 raised to the 4b minus 9 is equal to 34. All right, I'm one step closer to solving it. Now I've got to figure out a way to get this b out of here so that I can solve it. And the easiest way to do that is by using logs. So I'm going to take what I call a trip around the world. And so what I basically mean here is I'm going to write it in logarithmic form. So I've got log base 4, this is my base, of 34 is equal to 4b minus 9. So I'm going to say one more time how I got that. The base of my exponent becomes the base of my log. The expression in the exponent goes on the other side of the equal bar. And so then this goes here. All right. So now I'm going to use my calculator to evaluate this, because this is not really something in Algebra 2 that we can do in our head. So I'm going to remind you how to put that in your calculator. So I'm going to hit the math button, and then I'm going to scroll up until I see log base. And I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to type that in. So I've got log base 4 of 34. And I'm going to hit enter. All right, so what I have right now on my paper is I have 2.54 is equal to 4b minus 9. So now I'm dealing with a multi-step equation, which is something I do know how to solve. So I'm going to add 9 on both sides, and I'm going to end up with 11.54 is equal to 4b, and then I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and I'm going to end up with b is equal to, let's do that math over here, and I get 2.885. All right, so this is the closest thing to my solution, which is answer choice C. I want to remind you that you can always check these in the calculator, but they will not get you very far in log. You will actually have to use the intersection, because as you can see, 3.13 is really close to 2.88 and 2.63. The only one you would be able to rule out would be the no solution, because you would see an intersection. I apologize, my cat is in the background. So I'm going to clear out what I have, and I'm going to put in that equation. So I have 4 raised to the 4x minus 9, and then I'm going to do minus 5. And then on my other side, I'm going to put 29. So I'm going to zoom this in a little bit so you can see it. All right, so I'm going to go to graph, and I'm going to look at my intersection. So as I was talking about a moment ago, I'm not seeing the 29 because I have to zoom out in order to see it. So I'm going to continue to zoom out, and there it is. I can't tell what that is on the graph. That is impossible for me to see at this scale. So I could use my intersection. So I'm going to hit second calc. I'm going to choose option number 5, and I'm going to hit enter and enter, and then do I want it to guess? Yes. And here is my answer. Okay, so that is another way to find it.